everybody, what's going on? It's Plant-Based Nicole. I'm your host, Nicolershaeholiday, and I have another special treat for you. You guys know that I love to interview people who eat a raw vegan diet. It's just so inspiring. You know, that plant-based raw lifestyle, it's just, I can't get enough of it. So that's why you'll notice that most of my guests are raw vegan or fruitarians. It's just so interesting. So today we have Ross Raw Journey at Ross Raw Journey. Ram Imhotep. I hope I'm saying his name right. He eats a fully raw diet and he healed his body, and he has never felt better since he started eating this way. So we're going to talk to him about his healing and why is he feeling so good? Like, what is he eating that's making him feel so good? But anyway, we're going to get in deep. We're going to talk to him, find out his journey and his story. So without further ado, let's welcome Raw. I'm Hotep. Thank you so much, Raw, for coming on my show today. And you guys, I messed up. I pronounced his name incorrectly. It is actually Imhotep, right?
Imhotep.
Imhotep. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
You guys will never realize what I just did. I was having him talk for like 10 minutes and I forgot to push record. So I'm sorry, Raw. Okay, let's just get into what you have been eating raw for 73 days now.
Yes.
Right. And before that, you were eating like a junk food vegan kind of, and then you went raw, but you still had eggs a little bit here and there.
No, I was when I was raw, I was fully vegan, the periods being raw, but sometimes in between me being vegan raw and raw, there was some vegetarianism.
Okay. Okay. But now it's been 73 days that you've been eating fully vegan and raw.
Yes.
Okay. So you were talking about benefits. So I'm so sorry. I can't believe I forgot to push record. So kind of tell your story again, but you have a twin brother. He was dealing with IBS, and you were also dealing with some stomach.
Yeah, I was somewhat shadowing his symptoms, but not to the same severity. So I don't know what happened. Like one summer, maybe I was at my grandma's house and he was at home not eating as good. Like I don't know what happened, but he ended up a little worse than me. And so I was able to kind of project where I was going to end up going if I kept making the same choices. And seeing that and wanting to avoid that, and also wanting to encourage my brother to also avoid going further down that path, we both decided to go vegetarian at the age of 21. I'm 29 now, about to be 30.
About 9 years ago-ish.
About 9 years ago-ish, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then from there, we experienced health benefits just from going vegetarian alone. Physical benefits and also emotional, kind of psychological benefits. He was into Buddhism, so that was a big draw for him to go vegetarian, and like he had been thinking about it for a while. We actually were thinking about it since we were kids, because we used to go to this farm and like play with the cows and the pigs and the chickens. And when I made the connection that I was eating that, I was like, I don't want to do that. Like, no, I don't want to do that. But of course, mom and dad are making what they're making. You got to eat it. It's no argument. But anyways, yeah, vegetarian, started to see some benefits just from that. And then about 9 months into that, we came across veganism. Mind you, before that, I had never even really heard veganism before. Like, it was a very foreign word and concept to me. Mm-hmm. Like, it was crazy for me to be vegetarian. As far as I knew, I was like, this is kind of crazy, but I'm gonna do it anyways. And then we watched like 3 documentaries in one day, and that was it. Like, nope, going vegan. And I was pretty solid vegan for about, I'd say like 5.5, 6 years. And then that's when I started every once in a while having some dairy products or some eggs. But it was 5 years just straight up vegan. Haven't had meat since 9 years ago. And in between that, there had been periods of me experimenting with raw and also with fasting.
Yeah.
And that's really when the health started to take off to the next level. I would say that was my first time trying to fruit fast was in 2016, yeah. And that was just extremely mind opening for me, mind blowing to me too, because at the time I was pretty tired all the time. Like I had chronic fatigue, I think, and just felt like I was getting old. And I'm like, I'm not even that old. And I just felt like my body was like all creaky. And I just did 19 days of fruit. And I remember like once I got to the second week, I just felt like a completely different person. I felt young again. I felt like my best self. And I don't remember exactly why I stopped at day 19. I was aiming for I think 30, ended up stopping. And from there I had a really hard time getting back on it. Like
Yeah.
it had been a long time since I was able to really stick being fruitarian again. There was several times where I was raw vegan, doing fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds, but doing just fruit since 2016, I haven't done that until December. So
Mhm.
it took all those years to really get back on track and to where I'm at right now.
Just December. That
This
just
December, yeah, this December that just passed.
sometimes it bees like that. It takes you
Yeah,
back on. You know what I mean?
there was a whole lot of like I don't feel like it's a loss because I feel like there was a whole lot of things that I learned outside of just being like stellar with my diet. Just relationship skills, communication skills, just tools so that I could self-regulate. Like I learned a lot of things within those years, and I feel like I've grown a lot and healed a lot, but just not on the same kind of like physiological level.
So you yeah, I get it. It's the raw and the fruit and it's a whole nother level. You know what I mean? So you healed your stomach issues since going raw this time around and now you're on day 73. You healed some of your stomach issues. You also said you healed some dandruff issues that you were having.
Yeah, I was having that for a while. I don't know when that went away. I would say it went away like a couple years ago,
Really?
and I don't really know what it was that made it go away. There's a lot of things that have just kind of subtly, slowly gone away, and there's some
The
things that
diet
still,
change, just the diet change, probably
yeah,
eliminating certain animal products and stuff from your diet.
definitely,
It allows our body to heal itself once we do that. And then, like, if you, I forgot which time period you were eating raw before, but that might have been during that time when you were eating more raw as well. You know what I mean? That allows your body to heal itself too. So diet, that's what did it. The change.
definitely, yeah. I think it was when I started experimenting more with raw when the dandruff went away. Because before that, it was like I was vegan, and I was like, why isn't this fucking working? Like, why isn't it going away?
Yeah. Cause sometimes like for me, I've been eating plant-based for 13 years, right? At this point, it don't prevent stuff. Okay. If I need to, if something comes about and I need to heal it, just eating my diet does not just, I got to go up a notch. I got to like start eating raw, fully raw. Like I've had to do that a few times for certain things and then my body healed itself just by going up a notch because my body's used to this way of just eating plant-based, right? So like when the reason I first went plant-based 13 years ago was to heal something, and it did at that time because eating plant-based was a whole transition from eating a meat and in a regular diet, right? So it was a big change. So my body healed itself. But 13 years later, if something happens, I got to go up a notch to eating all raw. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So
It's what we omit from our diet that really
mhm.
allows for that healing. It's like you get to different levels of density and deeper levels of healing.
Yep. Just like some people who eat a fully raw diet now, if anything happens, they might have to go up to all fruit. If they eat a fruitarian diet, they gotta go to all juices. And if
I can attest to that. Because it definitely feels different this time around doing I'm not exclusively fruit, and I really don't advocate doing exclusively fruit. I could explain that in a little bit, if you're curious about that.
yeah,
But yeah, I definitely feel a difference from doing more fruit.
yeah. Tell me about that because I mean I agree. I personally, although I think it's intriguing when I see people that just eat fruit and fruitarian diets, and I'm like, wow. But I'm just like, when I used to put fruit, if because sometimes I'll do all fruit days, okay, or maybe like 2 days of all fruit, right? And I used to put it in like the chronometer or the thing just to see how many minerals and vitamins I'm getting. It does not fill up everything. So I'm like, I don't feel like you can get all your minerals from just eating all fruit. You
Right.
add
And
in,
I don't think we're supposed to get it from eating all fruit. I think to me, like the most optimal diet, the optimal raw vegan diet, which is what I'm aiming for, is all whole foods. So all whole fruit, no juices, no smoothies, none of that, no salads even,
what?
and soft tender greens, meaning lettuce, baby sprouts. I mean, baby greens, sprouts, things we would eat in nature, like just fruit and leaves.
Just eating the leaves by themselves, just
I literally would just grab a head of lettuce, just start eating it.
for real?
Sometimes I'll put like avocado on there, or like a little banana or some other kind of fruit.
Oh, really? Okay, I need some salad dressing. No, just
Yeah,
I make
most people do.
yeah, I like to make my little tahini dressing. But anyway, yeah, I feel that you do need greens in your life. I think people, if you're eating fruitarian, I feel like you can't get all your minerals and stuff just from fruit. I That's just from like some of the research I've done, but some people are saying different, so
Yeah,
look,
I think you can make it work for a considerable amount of time. I don't know anybody who's done exclusively for like long term. And when I say long term, I mean like 20, 30, 40 years. I know people who've done it for years. I know people who've done it for like a decade almost. But in terms of like long term, because that's what I'm going for. I'm going for the long term. I see people doing long term on fruit and soft tender greens,
okay,
and so that's what I'm gonna try.
okay, for the year.
Yeah, for the year.
So, talk to me about like you've never felt better, you said, since these 73 days you're eating all raw, right? All raw.
Yes.
You never felt better. Like, talk to me about what you're eating. Talk to me a day in the life of raw. Like, what do you eat? Raw, as in your name, raw. What is it in the life of raw eating when he's eating raw? No.
Yeah. So I like to start the day with fruit, obviously. That I feel like that's the best way to break fast, to have breakfast. And typically high water content fruit. Like I don't want to start the day with bananas or dates.
Yeah.
These last couple of days have been mostly just melons. I got a bunch of watermelons and also some honeydew. So I'll start with some.
Hold up now. Where you live at? You got watermelons that taste good?
I'm in Northern California right now.
Oh, that's right. You live where do you live again?
This town called Arcata. It's a small little town in Humboldt County.
I forgot we are both Pacific Standard Time. Humboldt.
Yep.
I know that name, but I just can't visualize.
It's like
Is that
an
by
hour from the Oregon border. It's
okay.
pretty far north. It's pretty cold.
How far are you from like San Francisco?
About 5, 6 hours.
Oh, okay. So you're
That's not too
pretty far.
far.
No. That's far.
Well, I
That's
mean, it's
like
not.
me going to LA. It would be like 5, 6 hours.
Right, right. It's about that same amount of distance.
Okay, okay. So get back to what you were saying. So you guys have watermelons that are good out there?
They're pretty good. They're definitely not like primo quality, but they're all right. And they're not organic. I typically get organic. Like I would say I consume 90% to 95% of my produce organic. a lot of it even local, but I just have really been feeling called to the melons recently. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make this compromise just for that. Cause to me, like hydration is the highest thing to aim for. Like I think the most healing fruits are really just the fruits with the most water in them.
Hmm. I think so too. And the melons and like I don't know, oranges and what else is juicy? Grape.
Grapes.
Yeah, those are the water rich fruits. Those are the kind I really like, you know.
And
Bananas.
if you think about it, like, people will say fruit heals, and I understand what people are trying to say, but I feel like it's slightly a misunderstanding because if I put a piece of fruit on my body's not going to start healing. It's going to start digesting. But once it's done with that, the water that I got from the fruit is then going to be used for that process of elimination. So I'm more so going for the water, the cleansing effects of the water.
So you basically you've been eating a lot of high water content fruits during the day, and then when do you eat your greens?
Typically, sometimes I eat my greens with
With the
with my fruit. So I just like have a couple pieces of lettuce or even a whole head of lettuce with some other fruit that I'm having. But most of the time, it'll be my last meal that I have lettuce. And like the last couple days, I've been having lettuce and avocado. Like I'll literally just peel an avocado, the skin off of it, and just eat it like an apple, and then have the lettuce at the same time.
When you say lettuce, what do you what are we talking? Like kale, spinach, lettuce,
Yeah,
iceberg?
just normal lettuce. I don't do iceberg. Um, Locally, we have romaine lettuce and then also butter lettuce. I like both of those. So that's typically what I have. Sometimes I will have baby spinach, but I try not to have it too much.
Why
And then it has a lot of what they call like lectins in it, which have been shown to not be the greatest, but it's not terrible if you have it in moderation and you have it in context with other food. So I just prefer the lettuce because the lettuce just feels a lot more easier for the body to process and assimilate.
Yeah,
And
I did hear that you can't eat spinach like every day because of the oxalates, but I still do eat it. I just don't eat it every single day. I have to switch out my greens.
yeah, if you do that, you're fine. And also if you're eating it like in context with other food, you should be fine. It really shouldn't cause an issue if if you're eating in a healthy way.
Right.
I would probably say that if somebody has an issue, um, an oxalate based issue, and they're eating spinach, they're probably eating other things that also have oxalates in
Okay.
it.
So do you work out?
I don't work out as much as I would like to.
Oh wait, I remember you commented on my thing because I was like, I gotta get back on track because I've been getting my steps every day, but I haven't been lifting weights consistently for the last few months. I just been on this lazy tip, and I remember you wrote on on the thing you got to start too. So
Yeah.
we about to get it.
Yeah.
We
I'm pretty active. Like I walk a lot. I work, so I'm moving my body pretty often, but
me
in
too.
terms of like doing an actual session of a workout, I don't do much. But I also don't really don't really desire to do much. I'm trying to get more from doing less in a lot of areas and arenas of my life, but especially with exercise. So when I do exercise, I'll focus on like really slow movement and making sure I'm mindful of my breath and like kind of like isolating a muscle, like going down into a push up and sitting there for a couple breaths and then coming up
Yeah.
and doing low reps, but having the challenge of just doing it slow and making sure that my posture and my alignment is correct. Because my pops was he was my coach growing up. He was my wrestling coach, and that's what he drilled into me. It was like, do it slow and do it correct. The
Yeah.
speed will come.
For sure. For sure. Um, Do you take supplements like B12, vitamin D, um, calcium, anything? Do you take any supplements? And then
I was taking vitamin D for a while, but I am terrible with keeping up with the schedule of taking it. I was gonna take it every 3 days, and I'm really only taking it because I do live pretty far north, and the sun doesn't always make a guest appearance every single day. But recently, it's been popping out, so my goal is to just go out in the sun when it's out, get at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and if 3 days go by or 5 days go by where there's no sun, then I'll take a supplement. But I would rather not be taking a supplement, and I don't really see how you could replicate the sun inside of a little pill.
yeah.
But if somebody thinks it's gonna help them, I say go for it. I would not take more than recommended. I would take less than recommended. Um, that's what I was gonna do.
I feel you on that. Talk to me a little bit about, I have to wrap it up because I'm so sorry. I took away 13 of our minutes because I forgot to record. I can't believe I did that. Anyway, talk to me about the breath work that I see you posting about, and then tell everybody where they can find you.
Okay, yeah. So breath work. How could I put that in a nutshell? The way I define breath work is consciously using the breath to regulate your system, to regulate your nervous system. So our breath is the one thing that is both automatic, like if you are not trying to do it, it's going to happen, and it's something that we can directly influence. And that gives us a unique advantage because it also happens to be connected to our nervous system, our autonomic nervous system, which is responsible for the tasks that are supposed to be kind of on autopilot. So they're like, oh, you can't control your heartbeat and you can't control your blood pressure. Well, you can control your breath, which can control your heartbeat and can control your blood pressure. So I like to share it as a tool and a resource for people to be able to regulate, to self-regulate, especially being in this world where we're under constant stress. And in nature, we would be under stress if something came after us, was trying to attack us. But now we're under stress getting a text from our boss. Like you feel like you're gonna die from just that. So it's like we're constantly hitting this stress button and releasing these stress hormones that are toxic, that are actually um, one of the leading factors of disease is these stress hormones. So I wanted to be able to share with people a tool that I've used myself to help lower stress, because lower stress, I believe, means more vitality, more health, more wellness.
Yeah, that's dope. So do you offer like classes and stuff?
Yeah, I'm offering classes right now. Right now it's every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I also offer like the recordings of classes, and I'm planning on doing something around the new moon and the full moon every month as well.
Okay. So where can people check you out?
You can find me on Instagram at raw. Wait, I have several Instagrams. I'll tell you the one for my raw journey since that's what we're talking about right now. Raw's Broad Journey. So it's RAS, raw, RAW, journey. I also have a YouTube channel, Raw's Raw Journey, same thing. And Facebook, Raw Imhotep, spelt the same way that it's going to be spelt somewhere within here. And also Spotify, if you want to check out my music on Spotify, it's Ra Imhotep, but it's without the vowels. So it's spelled RA space MHTP. And it's an acronym for Music Heals the People.
Okay. And I'll have all his links. I need you to send me all your links. I'll have
I
all
will.
his in the bio. Not the bio, the description of this YouTube video. So you guys make sure you go follow him, subscribe to his YouTube channel, check out all his links. And I think you have a Facebook, and I don't think you have a Facebook group too. What is that? Did you already say that?
No, I didn't say that. Yeah, I have a Facebook group, Fruitful Rejuvenation, and it's a group kind of designed to inspire people on the fruit-based journey. And what I mean by fruit-based journey is somebody who gets most of their calories or a good amount of their calories from fruit, or strives to get a good amount of their calories from fruit. You don't have to be exclusively fruit to be in the group. As I was saying earlier, like I don't really advocate that for long periods of time. Short periods of time, sure, go for it. But yeah, fruitful rejuvenation.
I'm a part of his group. I just joined like last week or something. Did you notice me in there, right?
I noticed you. Yep.
Yeah, I like it. It's really it's fun and it's inspiring to see other people's posts and everybody living that fruit life.
Yeah, and I'm also like sharing an article in there every day, just like for people who are new on the journey or want to learn more, they could learn about some of the stuff that I've learned about. I'm gonna be honest, I am not the beacon of truth. Like I'm learning too. I'm on the journey. I'm on the path. I'm just offering the information that I've come across and I've learned, and I'm totally open to continuing to learn, open to being corrected, open to new things. I've just had a lot of experience over the years and have kind of seen all the different extremes within the raw food community, and there's a lot of like misunderstandings and kind of pseudoscience within the community. So I'm just trying to make a more, I really don't know how to put it, but more grounded, I guess, more
Yeah.
grounded approach to the raw journey.
Well, you're doing a great job, and I thank you for sharing all that you share with us. And keep doing what you're doing. Keep inspiring people. Keep eating and being the healthiest version of yourself. And thank you so much for coming on my platform today and sharing your story. And I will see you around. Thank you guys for watching today. I hope you guys were inspired um, by Raw today. Raw's raw journey. I'm just playing. Okay. Let me stop being silly. Yeah. So
No, never stop being silly.
thank you so much, Raw. And I'll see you on the gram. God bless you, everybody. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Actually, next week, my guest canceled. So I have to either find a replacement or I might just be taking a break. Thank you guys. Thank you, Raw. And I'll see you around.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Hope tip.